but I like to. Could we maybe set up a interview or something like that?
Sorry, remind me your name and the name of the show.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Can you remind me your name?
My name is DJ Elf 7.
Seven.
Yes.
And is it a radio show or?
I have an online show. It's on YouTube. I'm on Rumble. I'm on several different sites.
Gotcha. Well, I could go ahead and relay the message to everyone. This is the number to best contact you.
Yeah, 347-709-3001. I've also emailed organizations several times. I've actually, I don't know if they could find that yet, but I would really love to, I'm not really a huge producer. I only have like maybe about like under 1,000 subscribers, but I have a lot of political work. I've already done interviews with like Workers World Party, Judith Greenspan, stuff like that. Yeah, so I'd like to get you guys in it as well.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks for reaching out. I'll go ahead and check that email and relay the message to the rest of the leadership.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now while PSL has been playing games, right, I don't think workers were really jumped up in my defense that much, but they've actually been more involved. They've never really gotten in the way of me actually ever, like, speaking or really try to set me up from what I could tell. So this is actually their New York office. I've given them a call. As you can see, I called them several times, right? Yeah. No one was picking up. Let's try again. I'm actually like these people. Yeah, I hope it works out. I know there's a lot of connected people in the industry saying, like, you're trying to set me up. Let's go.
Sorry. Cannot receive a message. His mailbox is full. To leave a message for someone else, press 2.
Yeah, that's what I got before, right? Okay, so they're not really available. Okay, let's go back to taking a look at, the thing is that because of Medea Benjamin is connected at the top, right? Yeah, they are deciding, right, like to basically destroy my activism in order to, appease Jimmy Dore and Medea Benjamin and the other rich people in the organization. Which, if you look at the comments, right, I'm not mad at y'all. Y'all been following me. It's not a real name. Pfft. Who says we need critical thinking? Why isn't DJL7 a real name? What, I gotta... Whatever, man. You know what I mean? What, are trans people not real? They don't get to define themselves, but I don't get to have a name? I don't get to define my own name? Who said that's not a real name? Y'all need to wake up with that. You need to stop it. Yeah, stop it, for real. Okay, let's go back to over here. So once again, he's at Howard University. He's what they love, right? Yeah, deep involved in the Black Lives Matter movement. Why am I working on this case for 2 years now, right? And they're still not helping, as in terms of, the second longest man incarcerated in New York State history on wrongful convictions, right? Okay, that's quite ridiculous. Actually, if I take a look at John Castellano, yeah, and then if I take a look at this one right here, yeah. Take a look it up. He was actually deposed. Okay. Prosecutorial misconduct lawsuit prompts depositions of John Castellano and the acting Queens DA. This is back in 2019. We're still trying to get this addressed right now, right? When is PSL going to help me? Why can't they help me, even though I've emailed them many times, right? I'm emailing them right now, so I will send them an email right now, actually on the screen. Yeah, if these people are really about fighting the power, or are they really about monopolizing, so let's send them an email right now, okay? Yeah. Send it to New York, even though they're not picking up the email. I'll send it to New York and California, okay? And, let's just let's put it rock solid. Yeah, they just won't respond, yeah? Because the thing is that you only get help if you're willing to play along, right? Play along with their lies and their bullshit. And, certain people cannot be held accountable. Otherwise, they will withdraw all support, and anything that you work on, no matter how valid it is, right? It's got to be destroyed in order to create, their bullshit, enablers who will not challenge, right, power. Then people wonder why, like, the AOCs of the world, right, like, give in, because people want a pretty face who looks like, let's go back again, right, where is that again? Okay, we're going to put that in the email right here. Bam, look at that, yeah. Okay, put you in there right there. All right. Once again, right, even though now they have an Asian American face on the front because they know they messing up bad, right? Yeah, when did they add this one, right? Look in their other pictures. They're not really right fronting us, yeah? Okay, they have to do too much work to replace all the pictures, but we are excluded. Okay, now they got one on the front. That's nice. They're talking about DeSantis. They're talking about the mainstream narrative. When are they're helping Floridians? When do they help out people in New York, right? Yeah, all they talking about DeSantis, yeah? How are they actually helping people? Or are they trying to use frustration with these people to put their own money in, right? Yeah, silences trans and black lawmakers. Did they help me with the Queens, even DSA, right? DSA is the same thing. This same process, right? People say DSA is bad, right? Okay. Do you think it's possible that PSL has the same problems going on with elitism and stuff like that? Oh, it does? Oh, it might, yeah? Okay. Let's see, DSA co-chair Memphis. The hypocrisy is amazing, yeah? The actual people that are suffering are not getting help out here. Yeah, actually you could see the Memphis DSA co-chair, right, Pennsylvania, right, she was actually getting this, she just helped get this judge elected with the first man exonerated from DNA evidence in a Pennsylvania history, Vincent Moto, Janet Chavez, right? She's actually an activist as in terms of several issues, public housing and criminal justice reform, right? This is the Memphis co-chair of Memphis DSA, right? Yeah, who was arrested, and I got the charges dropped. But when are these PSL? Did PSL ever get him? No, instead of trying to help out with these things, they're literally trying to suppress any activism that occurs to help these people, these actual victims, right? Man, whatever. Dox myself. Come get me. Yeah. Any help to actually help people, right? How is PSL, right? Once again, I'll go to their website right here, yeah? Okay. That's nice. You believe in them, right? Because they got, look at the background here, man, yeah? You got a nice fancy whiteboard, yeah? You got like books behind you and stuff. You are part of the bourgeoisie, bro. You know what I mean? You are actually taken care of. Look at all your books behind you and your academia and stuff, yeah? And in your colleges, which cost thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Hobnobbing with the rich and the famous. This is not real socialism, man. They don't look like that. Where are your workers at? And how are you treating your workers? Like myself, who's actually working on these issues versus sitting in an ivory tower talking about your books and your theories. Right? Do the workers sit in a room like this with a bunch of books behind them and casually sip, coffee and talk to each other about stuff? Or are workers actually doing out there making, things happen? Okay? And these events right here, are there any, are they promoting, right? 22 hours, just DeSantis nonstop. How are they actually helping people? I'm making this up. Don't say gay laws. Okay, that's a nice fight. Yeah, what are you actually doing to help people? New book ordered today. I'm making this up. Look at this, right? I'm making this up. They're doing it to themselves. Let's see. Okay, Gloria Rivera. Okay. Supposedly she's a big shot. Okay, let's see what's up. Okay, what are you doing to actually help people? Talking about the G7, right? Oh, these bad people, right? Yeah, okay. What are you doing to actually help people? Palestine's West Bank. How are you going to fix overseas when you ain't fixed home yet? I told you they love Palestine. What are they doing for Korea? Let's see. This is Gloria Lavriva, right? Yeah? On the chat right here, you can see, look, I love you. Don't dox myself. Whatever, man. Come get me, yeah? Listen, I got nothing to live for. I'm not going to get to be nobody. We need critical thinking. You know that. Right? They trying to replace me out here. I'm not going to be nobody, never going to be nobody. Yeah? Dox myself. Or else what are they going to do? Kill me? Make me a nobody? You know what I mean? Make me starve, make me struggle, make sure that I'm not funded while they get to have their $1,000 events where they get to sit around and pat themselves on the back? David Houghton, the nephew of the Revolutionary Black Party leader Huey Noon, speaking at this event, right? Speaking, that's nice. Okay, they got the celeb over there, right? People that have been made in the system. They not helping out people that's fighting now. Okay, Cuban pastors, they went to Cuba. They shipped over, what's his name? They love that guy. I'm mad at him. Well, he's kind of cool in real life, but, the entourage around him, they don't give a fuck about helping real people like myself, right? What's Chris Smalls? They flew him over to Cuba. Now they're gonna fly over a Riley Park to where is it? To Korea. He's a young kid. What has he actually done for people? What does he know about fixing problems? DC lift the embargo on Cuba, right? Yeah. They're real concerned about Cuba, right? How about helping people in this country right here? How South Korea enslaved women for U.S. troops for years. That's true. Okay, so that they are addressing some of the slavery. By the way, this is also happening in the U.S. as well. Okay, that's nice. So is anything going to happen here? Okay, making money off of our pain. That's nice. Well, at least you're addressing it. That's back in May 11th. That's not bad. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been raising hell. As you can see, they front-facing a Asian American on the front of their movement. That doesn't happen in the progressive left. Name one Asian American progressive content producer, right? Kalinsky, Jimmy Dore. They ain't doing. They looking desperately. They're trying to raise one up. Yeah. And they're going to get all the support from Medea Benjamin and maybe even Leonard Peltier will speak out for, whoever is not DJL7, yeah? Wow, she looks good, yeah? If you ugly, you not. What about people with disabilities? Are people with disabilities getting help from this organization? They don't help you if you're not attractive, yeah? They might mention it Korean once, yeah? Let's see. Soviet people in the Red Army, they're glorifying the red stuff. Yeah, okay. Look, it's not a magic pill. Oh, Jordan Neely, oh, you mad funny. They don't care about the living. I'm an actual subway artist because of you people like PSL make sure that I am, forced to not get any, to make sure that I don't get any help with my issue. So you make sure that I remain penniless while your people collect all the money. And she looks and sounds like an activist, right? Yeah. How many people are actually subway musicians or artists? Yeah, and understand what we really go through. There is an element of blackness to that, yeah, but they're using that, right? PSL is not black, but they're using the black people because they know that's what's marketable. And the reality of the situation is part of the truth is a lie. That's the fact. And I contacted PSL. You saw it live on the screen, right? Yeah? Yeah, the Asian Americans. There's another video previous to this one where I actually addressed the Asian American community. And there are also refusal to work on this issue, even though you can see from this prosecuted misconduct, right? They call this, the lawsuits claim that the Queen's DA policy blocked information sharing between the Witness Protection Division and trial prosecutors, a measure referred to as a Chinese wall that resulted in failure to disclose evidence or potentially exculpatory information to defense attorneys. So the Queen's DA is there, like, using a racist terminology like a Chinese wall to, basically define screwing over people that are, potentially innocent. This is typical for, and no one's perfect. PSL, right? I'm not perfect either. Okay? I can admit that. Okay? So, I know you want to protect your brand, but honestly, people will believe in you more instead if you stop doing this fake shit. Yeah? Let's see what he has to say, right? I bet he's shilling. Watch this.
PSL,
the Party for Socialism and Liberation,
to organize alongside my community members.
I was
Not me, though, right? When is PSL having my back on anything, right? Yeah? Really, right, you're being guided by these white millionaires, okay, that are, once again, right, putting their own friends and, family, right, yeah? Once again, right, yeah, Richard Becker and Gloria, its co-founders, right, yeah? They're like, what, brother-in-laws or sisters-in-laws or something. That's okay, right, yeah, but they've become, I'm not mad at them having some power, but they are using that power to shut out people that are doing honest work on this issue, to, and make money selling their books. Let me go and check out the chat, yeah? Kim Iverson? Why are you mentioning Kim Iverson? Yeah. Kim Iverson is a, once again, she married a white man, right? Obviously from the name, right? Yeah, I'm not mad at that. But once again, right, Asian men must be portrayed as weak, must be portrayed as incompetent, must be portrayed as lesser than, right? Even if we are addressing issues such as fighting against the war, which really we need critical thinking. You just don't give a damn, right? You have your chosen heroes, right? Yeah, and instead of admitting that maybe I have a point, right, and saying that maybe some of some of the issues I'm bringing up should be addressed. I'm not saying they all evil, right? I'm saying they shouldn't be shutting me out. But instead of addressing that, you're reaching. Oh, look, they got Kim Iverson. Oh, look, they got this famous person, right? Yeah. How can you criticize? They got this famous person that everybody knows is legit. Doesn't matter if the second longest person incarcerated in New York State history, right? Yeah, is being passed over. Doesn't matter if the actual war victim like self continues to suffer in silence. What matters is, right? Yeah, that these elites don't get crossed. Yeah, I've been doing this for 25 years. We need critical thinking. If you think that's the solution, I've done it before, man. You setting yourself up for failure again and again and again until you can address these issues at a ground-based level and raise it and have the movement be with us and part of us. Yeah. As long as you protect the elites, you'll just have the same problems over and over again. You cannot admit any. Yeah. Now you got an Asian face for you. What is he doing to actually help people? Yeah. You better fucking shove some things into his hands and create some success for him. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, hilarious. So, I've connected with people. I didn't remember that the New York number wasn't working, but yeah, I had to call California, obviously, right? Yeah. Because, I remembered that, right? I'm going to continue on this story, but for real, I want to document this for history, right? Yeah. Okay, these people are pretty powerful. They got, once again, they're hosting their meetings out of Code Pink, right? The same millionaire closed little circle of, controllers of the whole movement. And y'all got to be dreaming yourselves, yeah. And if you think that the Leonard Peltier, right, even if he's a good guy, even if he's flawless, okay, it's not even about him. He'll be surrounded by an entourage of other elites, right, Jeffrey Epstein types, right, that convince him. Oh, just the way you do it with Weenie critical thinking. That's the exact same thing going on in Jeff Epstein Island, bro. It's Bill Gates. Oh, it's Warren Buffett. Oh, it's RFK Jr. Oh, you can't. Oh, you protecting elites and screwing over the people who's actually working on the ground with no regard for our outcomes, right? Oh, we need critical thinking. You need to re-examine your own shit, yeah? For real, right? Okay? So, whatever. When am I going to get married and settle down? That's all you care about, right? Yeah? What do you know about you don't know anything about this. It's disgusting and sad. Oh, well. That's why I do what I do. So just exposing PSL, and I challenge them, right? Yeah, to ever provide any proof that they've contacted me back. I challenge. They just won't respond, and they're hoping this goes into the dustbin of history, right? Yeah, they can sweep it up into the garbage like so many other people. They just swept into the garbage. Okay, y'all communists.
And remember to like this video and share this out on all your social media. Send it to people. That way we could get more people watching this and spread the message further.
Yeah, no peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. No peace. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free. New York City, you will learn. 1 million will return. New York City, you will learn. 5 million will return. Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Settlers, go back home! Palestine is ours alone! Starbucks, you can hide! You make me for genocide! Starbucks, you can hide! You may drink for genocide. Starbucks, you can hide. Starbucks, you can hide. You may drink for genocide. You may drink for genocide. Hassa, hassa, you will rise. Hassa, hassa, you will rise. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Hassa, hassa, you will rise. Hassa, hassa, you will rise. Palestine will never die. Palestine will never die. Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today? Israel bombs. USA pays. How many kids did you kill today?
Who else is here in the chat today? Write a comment. The more active the chat is, the better this is for the YouTube algorithm. So spam the chat if you want. I don't really care. Just get active in the chat. That helps. Because YouTube recently has definitely been trying to suppress this channel. of all the coverage of Palestine. And also stay tuned because I'm soon going to put out a video, maybe over the next week, on the connections between Nazism, fascism, and Zionism. It's a very important thing to understand the connections between them. Oh, that's very good to hear, Arturo. That's in Alaska, right? Must be very cold there, but that's very good that people are coming out in Alaska to show support for Palestine. Wow, what's the temperature there now? Here it's in the 40s, probably low 40s. How cold is it by you in Alaska right now?
Up with liberation.
Hello there, and a very warm welcome to
China is the only
of China played a big part. In my new book, Manufacturing the China Narrative, I studied 400 top-ranked Western news articles published over the past decade on China. They covered key issues of China. Issue of terrorism. We compare
not a nobody in China, but someone who represents the Chinese government.
In October 2020, Carl Zhao was questioned by Sky News Australia regarding a political cartoon depicting Australian soldiers' killing of Afghan children.
Scott Morris criticizes China all the time. I mean, so does Australian media. I mean, that's why is it suddenly unacceptable for China to criticize Australia? I think it's kind of hypocritical for Australia to say that we can criticize you, on human rights ground, but you cannot criticize us. I mean, it's a two-way street.
You know, most people who have watched your debate on Australian television think you killed it. How did you pull that off?
Actually, I was approached by a friend, said that the Sky News Australia is looking for somebody with a Chinese perspective to comment on the recent diplomatic role between Australia and China over the Chinese artist Wu Heqilin's cartoon of Australian atrocities in Afghanistan. So I thought, why not? And I was prepared to be more conciliatory beforehand. I was trying to stress the importance of.
But you're certainly provoked.
China. Yes, I was. Yes, for sure. I wasn't prepared for when the host began a series of very aggressive line of leading questions. And I definitely felt very provoked. And I think I came out more aggressive than I originally planned. But I think I voiced what many Chinese people already voiced online regarding this whole ridiculous fair.
Let me shift gears a little bit and talk about the perception of China in Western societies. According to multiple polls, be it Gallup or Pew Research, the perception of China is turning increasingly negative in the US and across much of Western Europe. Why do you think that is the case?
I think again, there's many reasons. One, China is getting stronger. I remember in 1990s, the overwhelming the whole narrative in U.S. was that we don't like the Chinese government, but we like the Chinese people. But they look upon Chinese people as some kind of passive victims, voiceless victims waiting to be saved by the West, and it's increasingly harder to spin that narrative nowadays. When people can see that China is growing much more prosperous, much more stronger. The people in China are living a richer and better lives than they were before. So it's harder to spin that way. At the same time, the West is having its own issues. Ever since the great financial crisis in 2008, the West has struggled. I mean, I think it's even to this day, and with all the economic problems in the West, there's a lot of anxiety about the future, and the politicians in the West capitalize on that, and oftentimes use China as a scapegoat. Even though much of the U.S. public don't have much understanding of China, they fear China because their media tells them so. The media, the politicians capitalize on their ignorance and use China as a scapegoat for all the problem that's occurring to the United States, whether it's loss of jobs or or more recently the COVID pandemic. Under Trump administration, especially when Trump had failed to contain COVID in U.S., the Trump officials, particularly his Deputy National Security Advisor, Matt Pottinger, who was in charge of containing COVID, when he failed, he actively pushed to shift the blame to China. And that's when you are seeing all these so-called lab leak theories coming out of mainstream media. The spike that you see in the anti-China sentiment in the last few years is really tied to these factors.
Yeah, but do you feel that telling the Western audience what China is truly like, at least according to your understanding, is a tough sell versus the China that's been portrayed by the mainstream narratives?
Oh, sure. Because U.S. is one of the most propagandized country in the world. In United States, we have been conditioned through a very early age, through indoctrination of anti-communism and support for U.S. empire. For example, when I first came to U.S. at age 13, my 8th grade classroom, this was during the time of first Gulf War, my 8th grade classroom were decorated with pictures of U.S. tanks and military hardware and all the support our troops stickers and flags, and I was really confused. It's like, Iraq is not invading United States, and why is it patriotic to support sending troops halfway across the world to Middle East to fight Saddam? I didn't get that. But when you are growing up in that kind of environment, you get all these indoctrination propaganda through osmosis, and this is kind of the level of information people are receiving about China as well. So yes, there's a lot of resistance.
Carl Jia, fascinating discussions. Thank you so much. I learned a lot.
This episode is brought to you by Dashlane. Try Dashlane